Hello, my name is Amy Larson, and I will be presenting my research paper on inclusion in youth sports. Show Low, Arizona is located in the northeastern part of the state in the White Mountains. The Show Low Parks and Recreation Department has multiple sport fields and facilities. The Recreation Department provides various sport leagues for children 3 years of age to 18 years. The sports are soccer, basketball, Pee-wee T-ball, a triathlon, baseball, and a unique program called Smart Starts. The Smart Start program are for ages 3 to 5, and it helps develop the skills in baseball, basketball, and soccer. There are a few communities surrounding the Show Low area, and because of that, they get a pretty good turnout for these programs. There are about 400 children that participate, which 260 of them are part of families. Inclusion is all about providing a way for those with disabilities to participate in the same activities that those that do not have disabilities do. People with disabilities have been excluded on many levels. Inclusion isn't something new, but it isn't something that is seen all that much either. Inclusion is necessary to provide recreation to the entire community. My research question is, how can the Show Low Parks and Recreation Department best support volunteer coaches in providing an inclusive environment in the youth sports leagues? As some of you know, especially those with children, volunteer coaches are hard to come by, and when those coaches do volunteer, they rarely have formal training in working with children, especially those with disabilities. It's also important that the coaches have success because it's a vital part of the program. It should also be known that parents with children that have disabilities have many perceptions on inclusion. Like I said earlier, inclusion in recreation isn't something new. There are many benefits of inclusion in youth sports. Recreation can improve the well-being of those who participate by changing how they feel about themselves, by changing what society thinks and feels about those with disabilities. It can change a person with disabilities in a profound way by being their first contact with working with others, builds their self-confidence, and develop their social skills. It also helps them make new friends. Since recreation is a great way to include some physical activity, it is important to state that those individuals with special needs have the same need for recreation as those that do not. Physical activity has many positive effects, including reduces anxiety, improves muscular strength, and reduces depression. Participating in youth sports can improve skills in all sports, build friendships, and help teach the importance of teamwork. Children with disabilities participate less frequently than those without disabilities in youth sports. Alright, let's talk about the barriers and solutions. The first barrier is that leaders of the programs bear liability and do not know how to accommodate those with disabilities. A solution to this is to have those parents with children with disabilities educate the coaches on that certain disability, and to let them know what the child's needs and accessibilities are. The next barrier is the lack of knowledge and training that these coaches have. The solution is simple. Establish a good relationship with the school district, especially with the special education department. One of the special education teachers may even volunteer her time to educate the coaches and to assist when needed. The third barrier is the fear that the parents and child will have. A great solution to this is to have the parents talk with the coach about their child. Then the coach can talk with the other kids on the team, and not just about the disability, but about the good qualities the kid has and what he can bring to the team. Then lastly, the lack of appropriate programs can be a barrier. One solution to this is to combine resources with surrounding communities. Another solution is to let those players with disabilities play at a younger age. There is a greater likelihood that those with disabilities aren't at the same skill level as those without disabilities of their same age. And a final solution would to have a competitive league and then a recreation league. This would also allow more flexibility for all who participate. On to the case studies. The first case study is called Carlton Plays T-Ball. It's about a 7-year-old boy who has cerebral palsy with hemiplegia. He also has ADHD and a seizure disorder. His foster parents want him to play T-ball because he loves to play at their home. Since he does have some disabilities, the foster parents asked to have him play at a younger level. This is called playing down. And since he was young for his age, the league approved it. Carlton's experience. Early on, Carlton's attention and behavior was noticeably different, but his foster parents told the coaches not to treat him any different. His teammates didn't show any signs that he was different from any of them. And as the season went on, the behavior and attention problems seemed to improve. Some of the lessons that were learned during this experience were that volunteers and coaches need to take time to get to know the individual with disabilities. Another one is that if you have a positive attitude towards the child with special needs, then they will respond in a better way. The last and third lesson that was learned is that if a coach can build a sense of team and love for the sport, it's just like developing a child's specific sports ability. The second case study is called Bowling for Inclusion. This program had many goals to make it successful. Some of them include that the students will participate in a non-competitive environment. This was done by keeping the focus more on team and self-improvement rather than on keeping score. Some other goals are that they will bowl at least once a week for 8 weeks. Teams will have a mix of students with and without disabilities. Students with disabilities will use the least amount of adaptive equipment as possible. And the students without disabilities will feel more comfortable and have a better understanding of their teammates with disabilities. This program was designed for after school and has been going on for 6 years. Kids in kindergarten to 5th grade participated, and there were 8 kids on each team, 4 with disabilities and 4 without disabilities. In closing, it's sad to say that even though the City of Show Low's Parks and Recreation Department has a popular youth sports program, the number of children with disabilities is very low. Some direction that can take to improve this can be to identify the barriers and fix them so that those with disabilities will be more enthused to play. Improve partnering resources. Have an orientation for coaches so they can learn more about inclusion, and to reach out to those families with children that have disabilities so they know that the Parks and Recreation in Show Low do have programs that offer a safe and inclusive environment for their children. Thank you.